Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy IAS Academy. So today in this session, I'm going to tell you the most important security issue which is related to India and its neighborhood relations. Now, the thing here is, what if I told you that the secret alliance is brewing in the shadows of South Asia, an alliance that could reshape the balance of power across the borders? So, as you can see, this context that how Pakistan's ISI is helping Rohingya armed groups to forge a united front in Bangladesh. Ji haan. So let me tell you that a remote refugee camp in Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh, thousands of displaced Rohingyas gathered and five armed groups, once divided by rivalry. Now they are standing side by side under a single banner. Ji haan. But behind this, a newfound unity which lies a most sinister force, Pakistan's notorious spy agency, that is ISI. Now the question here is, why is the ISI so investing in uniting these groups? Is this really about reclaiming a homeland in Myanmar, or is there a darker agenda aimed at destabilizing the region? So buckle up, because we are going to uncover what is happening next that will shock you. Now the question here is, first, the most important thing here is, what is happening? Now, Pakistan's intelligence agency, that is ISI, which is called as Inter-Services Intelligence, is helping Rohingyas armed groups in Bangladesh in forming a united front. And their goal is to work together to fight for their homeland in Myanmar. Clear? Now, who is involved in this? Who is basically involved here? So let me tell you that five main Rohingya armed groups have come together under an alliance called as Five Brother Alliance, or which is also called as Rohingya Army. So as you can see here, the most important alliance that Rohingya has created. So these are five important alliances: Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army, ARSA, then Rohingya Solidarity Organization, then Islami Mahaz, Arakan National Defense Force, Arakan Rohingya Army. So these are five important groups. Which is called as Brothers Army. Now, so this alliance has been made, as you can see here, the symbol ARSA, Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army. So this is also the part of this Rohingya Army alliance. Apart from this, the second important alliance is RSO. Ji haan. Now, when we say RSO, so RSO is related to this alliance, as you can see here, Rohingya Solidarity Organization. So this Rohingya Solidarity Organization is also related to this alliance. Apart from this, Islami Mahaz. Clear? So this is Islami Mahaz. So as you can see here, these are called as Rohingya Mujahideen. And इसी के साथ ही साथ Arakan National Defense Force. This is Islami Mahaz. Now this is Arakan National Defense Force, which is a part of this alliance. And then Arakan Rohingya Army. Ji haan, this is Arakan Rohingya Army. So let me tell you that they have announced this alliance at an event in the Kutub Long refugee camp. So let me show you the Kutub Long refugee camp. So these are the images of Kutub Long refugee camp in Cox's Bazar area in Bangladesh on December 25. And thousands of Rohingya refugees have attended this. Clear? Now, the question here is, why did they unite? What is the motive behind this? So let me tell you, the ISI pushed these groups to work together and promising them weapons and explosives for their fight in Myanmar. Now, a condition was that they must fight as one force. ISI ने कहा कि तुम्हें एक फोर्स बनके लड़ना होगा, तभी हम तुम्हें वेपन्स देंगे. इसीलिए ISI ने विजिट करना शुरू किया अभी मोहम्मद यूनुस की गवर्नमेंट के टाइम पीरियड में बांग्लादेश ने. क्लियर? So the condition was that they must fight as one force. Now, here it seems that Bangladeshi government also involved with some officials supporting this plan, especially since the Awami League government fell in August and the new regime which is friendlier with Pakistan. Getting my point? So new regime which is friendlier with Pakistan, and there is even a military deal between Pakistan and Bangladesh which is allowing the Pakistani troops to train Bangladeshi in soldiers starting. Clear? So with respect to soldier training, Pakistani army is also training the army of Bangladesh. This is the situation. Getting my point? Now, what is the Rohingya situation in Myanmar that we need to understand? What is the situation of Rohingyas in Myanmar? So let me tell you that Rohingyas want to regain their homeland in Myanmar, that is Rakhine state. And Myanmar, now Rakhine state from which they were forced to flee over many years. Now, the recent issue is, or you can say the recent issue arose when an ethnic group in Myanmar, that is the Arakan army, took control of the Mongdo district. Mongdo district which is bordering with Bangladesh. So Mongdo district which is bordering with Bangladesh, as you can see here. Now this is the most important thing, that a recent issue when an ethnic group in Myanmar, that is Arakan army, took the control of Mongdo district which is having borders with Bangladesh. And the Myanmar military tried to use some Rohingya troops like ARSA, RSO and this Arakan Rohingya army. So Myanmar military basically they try to use some Rohingya groups, clear, like Arakan army, clear, Salvation, so Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army, then RSO, clear, then ARA, that is Arakan Rohingya Army. Now these, so Myanmar military tried to use these groups to fight against the Arakan army, clear. So they try to use some Rohingya groups to fight against Arakan army, but they failed because they have lack of proper weapons. Now the thing here is, the new alliance planned to fight both the Arakan army and Myanmar's military to reclaim their Mongdo. Clear? So these are some important things. Now, what are the past connections with Pakistan? What is the relation of Rohingya with Pakistan? So let's see past connections with Pakistan. Now with respect to this, so let me tell you, there are various incidents. Clear? How? Rohingya armed groups, they have the history of ties with Islamic terror groups. Some link to Pakistan also. Like for example, in 2016, the International Crisis Group reported that RSO members were trained in Libya and Afghanistan. And then in 2021, a report shows that Lashkar-e-Taiba, which is a Pakistani-based terror group, supported the Rohingyas in Cox's Bazar and Bandarban area. And apart from this, there is one organization which is called as Aqsa Mul Mujahideen, that is called as AMM. They has close ties, Aqsa Mul Mujahideen, they have close ties with Lashkar-e-Taiba and Pakistan's Taliban, which includes training in weapons also. So overall, if we see, so ISI has long-standing relationship with these radical groups. So they are likely aware of these connections. Now the thing here is, if these things are happening in the neighbor or on the other side of the border of India, then what is going to be the implications for India? अब इंडिया के लिए implications क्या होंगे? So let me tell you that Indian official believes that ISI's main goal is not helping the Rohingya in Myanmar. It is about creating trouble in India. And by turning these refugee camps into the bases for terror groups, the ISI can target India. And there are various evidences that some Rohingyas and Bangladeshi nationals already slipped into India and formed sleeper cells in India. That is why our NIA, that is National Investigation Agency, they probe and found a 5-layer trafficking network which is helping Rohingya entering into India from Bangladesh. Like last month only, 8 people were arrested. So 8 people were arrested, including a Bangladeshi member of the Ansarullah Bangla team also, which is linked to Al Qaeda in Indian subcontinent. Clear? Which also has ties with ISI. Now, what is the future then? What is the future? So let me tell you, this new alliance could spark more violence along Myanmar Bangladesh border, and the Arakan army is strong with 40,000 to 50,000 fighters. So even if the Rohingya groups cannot defeat them, they may resort to guerrilla tactics, causing further chaos and possibly pushing more Rohingya refugees into Bangladesh or even India. Clear? So this is one of the most important thing. That is why United Nations is planning a high-level meeting to find a solution to the Rohingya crisis. Clear? But without peace at the border, progress seems unlikely. Clear? Now, when we are talking about that ISI raising funds for Rohingya operations in Cox's Bazar, who is behind this game? अगेन सवाल सामने वही आ गया है कि इन सभी चीजों के पीछे है कौन? आईएसआई जो ट्रेन कर रहा है रोहिंग्या को कॉक्स बाजार में, इन सभी चीजों के पीछे है कौन? तो लेट मी टेल यू इसके पीछे कौन है. दैट इज डीप स्टेट. जी हां, दैट इज हिलरी क्लिंटन बॉयज हु आर इन्वॉल्व in these things. Raising funds for poor Rohingyas is the selling tag of Rohingya charity organization. There is one organization and that is the tagline, and that organization is Rohingya charity organization. But the real game is different here. Now what is the real game? So let me tell you, a fundraiser has been started by an online group which is called as Rohingya charity organization, as you can see here. Iftar Ramadan 2025 program. So a fundraiser has been started by an online group called as Rohingya Charity Organization for raising funds for Rohingya camps in Chittagong district during the Ramadan. And a minimum of $30 is asked from each person with a target of around $10,000. जिनका टारगेट है $10,000 कलेक्ट करने का. अब इन सभी चीजों के पीछे है कौन? Who is behind of each and everything? So on investigating, it was found that the web page of fundraiser was hosted from United Kingdom with a website Rohingya Charity Organization. That is rohingyacharitorganization.com, which does not exist. And on further deep investigation, it was found that there is a person whose name was Abdul Wajid, who is a human rights activist who runs this organization and who has spent considerable time in Cox's Bazar area, or you can say Cox's Bazar refugee camp. Clear? After running from Myanmar in 2017, and his story is very, you can say, theatrical, dramatic, and well choreographed. But the great man has no face. Clear? And despite his pain, due to some of the changes in his life, he managed to reach United States of America, where he is presently operating. And so let me tell you who is behind in all these things. So let me tell you, this is the business of ISI. Fake identity run by the Pakistan army. Clear? Or you can say ISI. This is the business of ISI. So there is one person who is associated with Pakistani army and who runs the NGO called as Comprehensive Disaster Response Service, CDRS, Kamar Ul's fundraiser for CDRS. Clear? That is Comprehensive Disaster Response Service, which is based in Islamabad and whose prime job is to raise funds for the different things. Clear? And this organization is also actively supporting the Pakistan army when civilians were killed after Imran Khan arrest. And going, if you go through all his social media profiles, then you can understand that he's seen to actively support a military control on Pakistan, no matter what it takes. Clear? These people does not support democracy, and he has been a plant of ISI in US, and he has helped Hillary Clinton and also George Soros funded the deep state to establish foothold in Bangladesh and weaponize Rohingyas. All these peoples are there behind the weaponization of Rohingyas, and he is linked to the Massachusetts Freemason Society, as you can see here. तो इन सभी चीजों के पीछे कौन है? इन सभी चीजों के पीछे है डीप स्टेट. क्लियर? So let me tell you, behind all these things there is deep state. Clear? Now, apart from this, just 4 months back there is a personality whose name is Mr. Lance A. Scott. This personality, who is also the CEO of Alliance Technologies and actively publicized Abdul Wajid Rohingya's charitable organization. Mr. Scott strongly backs Muhammad Yunus also, as you can see here, his article on LinkedIn. So he strongly backs Muhammad Yunus, as clearly visible in this article. Getting my point? Now the thing here is, all these persons, clear, like you can say Lance Scott, clear, then Yunus, all these things are quite visible here. And apart from this, the problem is not that an NGO is raising these small funds, but the problem kahan par hai? The problem is the massive US aid and Hillary Clinton Foundation fund, because they have legitimized on the name of Rohingyas. Clear? And a few days back only, Lance Scott, he made one tweet against the Elon Musk, which is clearly showing his unhappiness on the Department of Government Efficiency, जो अभी ट्रंप ने ओपन किया है, and उनके investigations पर. Getting my point? As you can see his post, that if you are still supporting Donald Trump and his MAGAs, so psycho fans, you seek counseling immediately. You have absolutely been brainwashed and it will destroy your life. This was the tweet by this personality, Lance A. Scott. Clear? So after that only, call for Ramadan funding for Rohingyas, which is entirely a false flag operation where funding will likely be used for the expenditure on the comfort of a former US diplomat to Bangladesh, along with another former US diplomat to Pakistan, who are visiting Chittagong next week. और अब आप न्यूज देखिएगा कि चित्तगोंग में नेक्स्ट वीक कौन यूएस एम्बेसडर विजिट कर रहा है, आपके सामने पूरी स्टोरी क्लियर हो जाएगी. सो ओवरऑल रिसेंटली अभी क्या किया ट्रंप ने? यूएस एड की फंडिंग को कट कर दिया. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? So overall, if you see these things, so the conclusion here will be that what does this new alliance really mean for this region, South Asia? The Rohingyas fight for their homeland has now become a tangled web of international politics, or you can say secret deals and the looming violence. So with Pakistan's ISI pulling these strings, the fear is not just about the battles in Myanmar. It is about this turmoil could spill over into Bangladesh and even India. As the refugee camps become, you can say it becomes the powder kegs. The question remains, is this the start of a larger, more dangerous conflict? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Is this an alliance which is a step towards freedom, or a spark that could ignite the chaos? And don't forget to like, subscribe and share, because the story is far from over. Thank you so much.